Hello, what are you up to?
Hiya. Just looking at these races. I got an email through from Classmark and they've got a fair few races over in Catalonia. They look really good actually. They're all sort of between 20 and 24k, but they look to be in really, really nice places. One of them's that Trail Ulder that I did before, but it looks like it'd be a really nice sort of structure to the year and to my training, and have some really nice weekends away as well.
Yeah, I did some of their Classmark mountain bike races last year.
Alright.
Let's have a look then.
Okay. So the first one is in June, Trail Roca Corba, and there's the Montserrat Sky Race.
It's not in June, is it?
Sorry.
You mean February? You mean
January. I'm getting.
You mean next week?
Yeah, I'm getting
Okay.
muddled up because of the Catalan. Then there's one in Feb. Basically, there's one a month.
All right. Okay.
So,
Good.
and it looks like it'll all fit in with my work commitments as well. So
All right.
as long as it fits in with what you want to do.
Well, yeah. Well, I did a plan of all of the races that I was wanting to do, so we could just add yours onto it. So.
Oh, cool.
We've added the races on now. So this is what our year looks like, hopefully. Claire's got a race next week, so on Sunday, so that'll be a good adventure for us. So we're going to go in the van and do this race, and I'll take some pictures.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that actually.
Yeah.
Good. And and you've got this Scott Marathon Cup in February as well.
That's right, yeah.
Is that the one you did last year, or is that a different?
Yeah, that's the one I did, yeah.
Yeah.
How would you plan your training around that then, Claire?
Well, I would do it in the Training Peaks annual training plan, which I've done here. And I would decide what I wanted my A race to be.
So how many A races would you have?
I would just have one A race in
Right.
a year, so that would be my key focus, and the others are sort of building up to that.
Okay.
I think it's quite good to race, as long as you're not doing mega long stuff. I think it's good to race relatively frequently to get used to the idea of racing, and it's really different, isn't it, when you're in a race and you're on the start line, to get used to pacing it right and not get sucked into someone else's race and things. So,
Yeah.
I think it's quite important to have a few practice runs, and it gives you a good idea of your fitness, because it's the only time you're going to really work. That's the hardest. Well, for me, the hardest I work is when I race.
Well, for a sustained period of time, anyway.
Yeah.
You'll probably work at a higher intensity when you're doing interval work.
Yeah, well, it certainly felt like that on Tuesday. Yeah.
So what's your A race then?
So my A race I've actually done before, which is part of the reason why I chose it, because I kind of know the course, and I think that gives me a lot of confidence when I'm racing. It's the Trail Ulder Ted.
Okay.
And that's in June. That's some time away, so I've got plenty of time to train for that and get fit.
Is that near here?
Trail Ulder Ted? No, that's a couple of hours away from here, 2.5 hours, in Catalonia. It's a nice little town though.
In the Pyrenees?
In the Pyrenees,
Right.
yeah.
Good.
So that'll make a really nice adventure. In fact, the year I did it, we did it as with the club.
Yeah.
And we went and we'd hired some chalets at a campsite, and we had quite a nice evening the night before the race. The race was on a Sunday, so we didn't stay on Sunday night, which I sometimes quite like to do, to have another night after the race to have a bit of a celebration. But we did stop and we had lunch together, and we actually found a cafe which was really near some of the course for the marathon runners coming in, so we could sit eating our chips and cheering people on. It was really nice. And of course it was sunny, because it was Catalonia in the summer.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a really nice adventure, that.
So yeah, I did something similar with the races I wanted to do, but
How did you organise it all then?
I don't know whether it's worth looking at my plan. I can see I've been missing training sessions here.
You've not been well, have you?
I use the automatic feature in Training Peaks to give some highs and lows for the weeks. I quite like to have 2 weeks of quite hard and then a week easier, and keep things pretty much the same throughout the year. So I'm going to build up once I start feeling a bit better, and then this first race is on the 9th of February, and I just put them all as A races, but really that was just to create a plan. I'm not really looking for much this year I wasn't very well last year, so I'm going to just get out and do some races and have a bit of fun.
Well, I think that's an important part of racing, isn't it? That it's something fun, it's something that you're excited about.
Yeah. So that's our plan for the year. And, well, last year we had, even though I didn't race very much, we still had some good adventures, didn't we? We were up at Font-Romeu in the mountains in the Pyrenees, and you did the what used to be called the Killian Classic, but it's now called the Trail de Font-Romeu or something, is it?
Nature Trail de Font-Romeu, yeah. That's a lovely race to do. Yeah. 2 options. I did the shorter one because I had Canigou coming up, which is a longer race. It just goes through the beautiful countryside around Font-Romeu. And of course it's at altitude, so if you like racing at altitude, it's good. And it's a whole weekend of racing. So the next day I chilled out and got the camera out and took loads of pictures of the shorter express races as well. Yeah.
And that's on the 4th of July this year, so we'll be there again. We'll be up in Font-Romeu we're going to be up there for all of July. So if you actually want to come over and get some advice, have a chat and hang out, then it'd be great to see you. Similarly for the Canigou race in August. The Canigou, we live very near the start of the Canigou race in a place called Castets near Verneuil-les-Bains, and the race comes through our village. So if you want to do that, then get in touch and we can help you do that.
Yeah, it's a beautiful race to do, and there's a lot of mystery and folklore around Canigou, the mountain, which you can look up online. You get to see some amazing scenery. It's beautiful, and it's a real sort of festival feel. There's people all the way up the mountain cheering you on and giving you drinks and all kinds, and even a bit of music near the top last year, so it's good. It's a good fun event.
And if you're totally mad, you can do the what they call the loaded event, where you actually carry a weighted jacket to the top and back.
Yeah, the 8 kilograms in honour of those people who used to go up for the ice and come back down again for the rich people who were wanting ice for their drinks and whatnot in Verneuil-les-Bains.
So great. Just if you want to get in touch, you can look at our website, Endurance Bike and Run, and contact us through that. Make some comments below. What races are you going to be doing this year? We'd love to know, and we'd love to be involved in other people's adventures. And if you need any help with anything like training and whatever, informally you can pop us an email and we'll do our best to help, or make a comment on our Facebook page. Or if you want some more formal help, have a look at the website and get in touch. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, check us out on www.endurancebikeandrun.com, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.